What's an excuse to call off work that a boss can't argue with? I found out the hard way when my manager started tracking our bathroom breaks. Linda installed a sign-in sheet outside the restrooms. 3 minutes maximum or it counts as personal time. My coworker Marcus had Crohn's disease, but she didn't care. If you need special accommodations, get a doctor's note, she told him in front of everyone. Marcus went quiet after that, started bringing his lunch instead of going out. I noticed he'd skip coffee in the mornings, anything to avoid needing the bathroom during his shift. One day I saw him in the parking lot at lunch, sitting in his car with his head down. "You good man?" I asked. He looked up and I could see he'd been crying. "I can't keep doing this," he said. "I'm in pain every day, but if I use the bathroom too much, she docks my pay." I told him that couldn't be legal, but he just shrugged. "I need this job, I can't afford to fight her." 2 weeks later, Marcus called out sick. Linda was furious. She sent a company-wide email that afternoon. Some employees abuse sick days while hardworking staff pick up the slack. Management is considering stricter absence policies. She didn't name Marcus, but everyone knew exactly who she meant. People started whispering. Some agreed with her, others felt uncomfortable but stayed quiet. The next morning, Marcus showed up early. He had a thick folder under his arm and walked straight into Linda's office without knocking. I was at my desk close enough to hear everything. "Linda, this is unnecessary. We can discuss this privately," she said. Her voice had that fake, sweet tone she used when she knew she'd messed up. Marcus opened the door so the whole floor could hear him. "You wanted a doctor's note, so here's my full medical history." He started pulling out papers, colonoscopy photos, medication lists, hospital discharge summaries, everything. He began taping them to her glass office window one by one. "This is what Crohn's disease looks like," he said loudly. "This is why I needed yesterday off. This is why I sometimes need more than 3 minutes in the bathroom." Linda's face went bright red. She stood up trying to block the window. "Marcus, please. This is highly inappropriate. You need to stop right now." "Inappropriate?" He turned to look at her. "I asked for basic human dignity. I asked for understanding about a medical condition. You made me prove I was sick enough to deserve bathroom breaks. You humiliated me in front of my coworkers. Now I'm returning the favor." He wasn't done. He turned to face all of us watching from our desks. "Anyone else want to see what qualifies as a legitimate absence in Linda's world? Because apparently chronic illness isn't good enough." Several people pulled out their phones and started recording. Linda noticed and her panic was visible. "Marcus, you're creating a hostile work environment. I'm calling HR immediately." "Good, call them," he said calmly. "I already filed a formal complaint this morning. They should be here any minute." He pulled out his phone. "I also recorded every conversation we've had about my condition over the past 6 months, including the one where you told me I should just hold it better and plan my bathroom needs around break times." He said what Jennifer from accounting said out loud. "That's illegal." "Linda, that's disability discrimination." Linda tried to salvage the situation. "I was simply trying to maintain productivity standards. All employees are treated equally under the same policies." Marcus laughed, but wasn't a happy sound. "Equally, you've never timed anyone else's bathroom breaks, just mine." After I disclosed my medical condition to you privately, HR arrived 10 minutes later. 2 people from corporate I'd never seen before. They went straight into the conference room with Linda and Marcus. We could hear Linda's voice getting higher and defensive through the walls. The meeting lasted 2 hours. When they finally came out, Linda looked like she'd seen a ghost. She grabbed her purse and left without speaking to anyone. Marcus sat back down at his desk like nothing had happened. The HR people gathered everyone for an emergency meeting. Effective immediately, bathroom break policies are suspended. Anyone who experiences workplace discrimination should report it directly to corporate. We take these matters extremely seriously. Linda was gone by end of week. Corporate offered Marcus a settlement, but he refused. "I don't want money. I want her job. I want to make sure this never happens to anyone else here." They gave it to him. Marcus became our new manager. First thing he did was remove the bathroom sign-in sheet and throw it in the trash. Then he sent an email to the whole team. "If you need to call out sick, just let me know. No doctor's notes required unless you're gone more than 3 days. I trust you to manage your own health." Now when someone calls out, he just replies, "Feel better. See you when you're ready." Last month, our sick day usage actually went down. Turns out when you treat people like adults, they don't abuse the system. Yesterday, someone asked Marcus what changed his approach to management. He thought about it for a minute and said, "I learned that the best excuse for missing work is having a boss who treats you like a human being. When you have that, you don't need excuses at all."